Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Sentient Dessert. This is my channel. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a little bit of Jiggly Jigsaws, which my own brand of just playing jigsaw puzzles with music in the background. And I am going to be doing some Bastion later tonight. So, we'll start with the puzzle and then get into the more aggressive game. Nope, that would be playing the exact wrong thing I want to play. There we go. There we go. That other one would be playing something entirely different. I hope that you're all having a good evening. Good day for me. One of my friends, they had their 6-year anniversary on Twitch streaming, so I spent a lot of time over there having fun with them, their channel, and all the people that follow them. Ah yes, and I just remembered what this picture is of. I've had it sitting open for hours, waiting for everything to fall into place to start. I've got, I'm having fun today. Caught up with an old friend. Having a rough go of it, but they are surviving. So tonight, about the first 45 minutes or so, and I am going to be doing my little cut-off thing instead of ending the stream and starting over. I'm just gonna do the ending for the puzzle, which I'm going to export to YouTube just to save headache on my end. So if you're seeing that, I'll say it again at the end. The Bastion stream is going to go out after that. So please, stay tuned. Oh, why did the wind have to start blowing loud enough that I can hear it? Wind she blow. Okay, we have that set. Sorting by shape. Well, if I ever really wanted to do something against myself, I would do a 200 piece, ignoring the borders. And all the border pieces go down here, and I don't use them until I've done it a few times on 60 pieces. Maybe once on 100 pieces. Hey PK. Mobile lag is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this for a little bit, and then I'm gonna hop over into Bastion after I complete this puzzle. I have not played Bastion. Well, I played it for about 10 minutes, realized that it was going to be killer to play without a controller. So, I put it on the back burner. I'm going to break it out today. Have everything set up for that. Had a rather fun time friend's channel today. They were doing a 12-hour stream to celebrate on Twitch. Got me wondering, when did I first start on Twitch? Can't find any relevant documentation. I think I made this account long before I started streaming. Hey. Nice. You can go there, obviously. I like these puzzles because the pieces are easier to see next to each other. When they interlink, there's not quite as much of a gap between. I think you'll appreciate this one a bit, okay? We'll see when it gets closer to being done. I'll win forever. Oh, you should. So it might not just be mobile lag. I've been noticing Twitch has been extremely laggy the past week or so. Spend an hour in Corthus throwing snowballs at people. Now, are these knockdown snowballs, or are they just snowballs for fun? Or is there an event that went live that I don't know about? Oh. It's been... Yeah, it's been a long time since patch 2.1 for me. Not even sure I was playing when patch 2.1 dropped. Might have been just before I started. Most of the stuff that is from 3.0 I've probably have. I was extremely active in getting all the achievements, all the things that I could before Heavensward came out. But then I fell behind. And it's kind of hard to catch up once you fall behind on that. Unless, of course, you are being 24/7. Still can't believe I passed in a nightmare roll. Oh, I've already got this mount. I don't need to roll for it. Wait, what does that say? Saturdays are when I've slated for doing Chronicles, playing on Final Fantasy XIV. I get my dailies taken care of elsewhere, and then my puzzle, and then log into 14 for fun. Story exposition. I've also loaded up Dark Souls. I'm thinking about starting that over Thanksgiving. Though I don't really know when Thanksgiving. I've kind of dropped off the planet. comes to everything. Look at the calendar. Oh, it's November today. I'm actually looking forward to testing out new duties. About they dropped Emerald, didn't they? Emerald weapon. Oh, we're kind of in the same boat then. I have not. I haven't played in a while. Got a little bit of the burnout. Days to finish the yokai. You can do it. You'll do it. As I said, I wasn't really doing it as religiously as I could have when I did it, and it took me about 6 hours. Yokai's done soon, isn't it? Shame there haven't been many lately. Seasonal events are one of the things that I will log on to all my characters to get all the benefits from. It was kind of a shame because one of the first events that I came across was the lightning event. When they were releasing lightning returns, I think it is. And you had to have your characters leveled up to 50 in order to get all the items. So one of my alts has just 2 of the items. They have not... Well, they have run it since, but it's not... it wasn't a major rerun. It was just... They did it for the Japanese release, they did it for the US release, and one for the EU release. Those were all so close that leveling my main character was the thing that was top of my list back then. These days I get all my alts, the seasonal stuff. It's just in case I want to play someone else later. I was making a Lalafell alt, sort of a recruiter. Recruit on that. Yeah. And see, when that event first came around, I had no idea that there was a vendor for it. And I didn't start seeing the slime hat until after the event ended. I'm like, where did you get that? Oh, it was during that event. Like, thanks. But I think the recent event was the one that, like the first time I'd seen it since the original release. I still don't know why they chose to rerun it. But I'm not complaining that they did. I have a character on Gilgamesh that I've been getting the stuff for, because Friends Guild is over there and I'm part of it. They're free company. Because they're still one of the few really good people that I remember from my World of Warcraft days. I try to stay in touch over there with them. even though I don't play much all over there. Relatively early on in 14, there was a player that passed away long enough to make a mark in the game, but not long enough that it was like they were well loved by the people of their free company. They happened to be the company that I joined. So, being there. Standard level sub so you could log in with a second character I had on a server and delete it since the entry sub. That is certainly a lot better for returning players. Hope they with that in the future, because it's really annoying to get a you can come back and play, and then you're not able to do anything with what you can just play with the one character. It's funny because World of Warcraft, I was waiting for the hey, you've got free time to come and play on this for the last expansion, and nothing. They did not have a free login campaign for the last expansion. I don't think they're going to have one for this upcoming one. Which is about par for the course for them these days. Anything to drive away their old fan base. Come on. The funny thing is that if I did go back and start playing WoW again, if I had the free login, I would honestly never have to pay again to play that game. I could gold farm like you would not believe. And since they added in the, you can pay in-game currency for time, I mean, in the 7 days that they gave me for the login campaign, I accrued approximately 65,000 gold That was just from leveling one character and doing dungeons and doing um, epic loot runs, soloing old content because you can sell the stuff for really expensive when you get out. And as long as that stuff is still available, then any free time given, I would be able to remain in the game ad infinitum. But that's the thing, I don't think I'd want to. Some people still enjoy it, but it was a better game in the past. Like it's part of a hand. It is part of a hand. Things that sound normal when you're doing a puzzle, things that sound abnormal when you're out walking on a trail. Just part of a hand, don't worry. Found in there we go. Looking for that spot for a while. At the time... Oh, the equivalent in Final Fantasy XIV, I'm not sure I could do an exchange rate because the rates kind of fluctuate across servers, but if they introduced trading gil for subscription time, it would eat up a lot of the extra gil that's floating around there. But when I initially, I didn't realize at the time that they had implemented that, so I was spending my gold on the upgrading the thing that they stole from, what is it, Farmville? Upgrading my base. But it was about 45,000 gold. 45 to 48 depending upon the day. As for version, gosh, what would that be? I would say maybe 15 million gil. Maybe a lot more. It's very difficult to put that into numbers because they are completely different economic systems. 14 kind of tries to do what they can to prevent one person from owning the market, and I got an in-game mail from a complete stranger that was, "Hey, I noticed that you're selling this on the market. You don't sell these things. I sell them. I will be happy to buy it from you for," gives me a fraction of the price that I'm selling it for. "Otherwise, I'm going to destroy you on the market." And I laughed and forwarded it to the customer support because it was literally a threat. And like the next day, a GM contacted me saying, "Hey, I got your message. Yeah, nobody owns the markets. They're kind of an idiot." And just like, "Well, I'm taking it as a threat." And the guy's response was, "Well, we'll look into it as a threat then." Yeah, you just don't be a dick. I was literally emptying out my bank, not trying to like corner the market or anything like that. Just, well, I got a lot of this old crap that I'm just gonna sell and get rid of since I no longer need it. In comes the jerk that decides, "Hey, I'm gonna threaten and harass you." I think it was, yes, I take this as harassment, not this is a threat. Even though he did say, "I will destroy you." Can't really take somebody that taking the game that seriously. Right now, I want to say it's close to like 75,000 gold. Again, I haven't played it in years. And the only person that I do know that plays it is no longer a friend of mine. So, I can't very well go asking him about it. Sure, if you did a Google search for it, you'd pull up the information that you needed about cost currently, because it does fluctuate day to day. I think it's based upon supply and demand. There are X amount of people that have put up cards, game time cards, then the price will dip, but if there aren't many that are up, then the price will go up. In other words, they pretty much started copying Guild Wars 2. Except Guild Wars 2 is free all the time. And in my opinion, much more fun to play solo. Oh, yeah. Do you know the story about how we got our mansion? For the free company? Because I don't mind finishing the puzzle and telling that story. Perfect date night. You got the candles, you got the pumpkins, you got the skull. Alright, so... Thank you, thank you. Back when they had just introduced housing, and there were very few people, very few free companies that had, you know, the 50 million gil laying around to get a hold of one of the big houses. Turn you down. So, it was when we had the change in leadership, because without consulting anybody in the free company, the previous leader bought a house in Limsa, a small house, using funds from the free company chest, and a lot of us were kind of off-put by that. But after a few, like it was one of the final straws before we kind of took the free company from him, and we were going to split off and create a new one if he did not hand over leadership to somebody, which turned out to be me at the time. But it was still in the early stages of the game, so there wasn't much that you could do to earn gil relatively easily. So I started to farm the hippogriffs and the raptors, because it was one of the few craftable green items that you could turn in that was really easy to make and really easy to get a hold of, and high quality. You would get double the rewards for it. So I would... No, they didn't add that until later. Anyways, I would make the hippogriff chokers and trade those in. It had the side effect of making our free company one of the most active on the server, but I would trade the seals that I would get for turning those in for the craftable items, the droppable stuff that is now like 2 or 3 gil on the market. And I would sell stacks of like coke and the ore, the wood, the petrified logs, that kind of stuff on the market, because people were still getting that stuff taken care of. So we set our sights on getting a large house, and we scoured all the available locations, and me and Phoenix, and I think Joe, rolled up on the spot that we are at now, and we just had a lot of fun looking around and just like, this spot is gorgeous. I mean, you go behind the house and sit on the bench that's back there, that is a beautiful view. I'll do it on stream this Saturday, you'll see it. But the I was selling the coke and the other things on the marketplace, and I'm not talking cocaine. I'm talking like coke for smelting. Just in case anybody's out there going, "That's horrible." And I was making probably about 10 million gil a week doing that. And when you're selling the stacks for like 100,000 a piece, that's a lot of stuff. And Ivory Spirit, who I tried to get okay, directly opposite of the front door of the mansion, there's a little bench in the back, and you can sit down on it. That is the only piece of furniture that whoever removes that is likely going to get kicked from the FC. Just because that was the first piece of furniture laid there, and it's a place that I like to go to kind of relax and rest a bit when I'm not doing stuff in game. But yeah, the price, we were waiting for the price to come down because it was gradually coming down as time went on. And I think it got down to 40 million when we staked it and took it. But yeah, I raised 25 million for the house. Mostly by myself. Ivory Spirit helped by donating materials to me, which that guy's amazing. All I can say is, if you ever get a chance to play with Ivory Spirit, do it. He's a really nice guy. He's the reason that I have Shadowbringers to begin with. He sent me a birthday present saying, "Here, have this," and I'm still kind of speechless about that because few people have done something nice for me like that. But yeah, so that's kind of how we got the house. It took a lot of scrimping and saving and a lot of crafting. I was sick of crafting after that for a long time because you can set up a macro for the crafting, but the drawback to having the macros back then is that if a lag spike hits, you fail the thing. Because even with some of the best gear that I had at the time, I was not able to consistently do a high quality without getting to the end of the production. So I needed to use up all of my durability to make it. So I was just sitting in front of the adders, trade exchange, and make necklaces, stand up, turn them in, keep doing that until I'm out of materials. When I'm full of seals, then I just trade for coke, trade for petrified logs, whichever was the more expensive item at the time. But yes, that's mostly the story of how I did not single-handedly do it, but I did put a lot of money towards the house. I know Joe helped, I know Zoe helped, I know Phoenix helped, but yeah, I was just doing what I could to make gil that time, and I'm probably never going to do that again, especially since crafting items are a lot more complicated than they were back then, even with all the cross-class skills that you would get back then. I'm going to stop music. I'm gonna do my end thing for this, but I'm gonna continue and go on to Bastion. So, like, subscribe, and comment only if you want to. I'm not gonna hold it against you if you don't. Be kind out there. Have a good solar cycle. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Please be safe. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. And I hope you enjoyed that little story about um, what I did for my free company back in beginnings of this game of Final Fantasy 14. So, yeah, have a good night there.